Double counts.
Badly.
All right, welcome to the Smoke and Mirrors Podcast, your destination for the latest in movie news and reviews. We are your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. So this week, we discuss who will play Hiccup and Astrid in the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie, what Rebecca Ferguson's next potential role is, and it sounds exciting if I'm being honest, who won the Cannes Palme d'Or, as well as that, Andy Muschietti's thoughts on Ezra Miller's performance in The Flash and why Warner have been hiding the ending to this film. Now let's start the show. How we living there, big dogs?
Yeah, good.
I was going real good, man.
Yeah, man.
Just chilling. I was just had one of those weekends where it's flown by.
Yeah, I felt that as well. I watched 8 movies yesterday, I think. Or damn near 8 movies.
Damn.
A lot of catch up.
I put a coffee table together on Friday, and it was from Freedom. And I have to admit, anything's better than IKEA when it comes to flat packs, man.
Really?
It was
Okay.
actually really
Freedom.
straightforward.
All right.
Because it was like 5 pieces altogether and just a couple screws.
That's pretty good.
That's what I like about Kmart.
Yeah.
And they give you the tools.
Always a good time.
When I got my smoker, what's his face? They gave me the tools and everything to do it. I got a
wow.
like screwdriver and everything. It's fire.
That's sick. That's
Yeah.
quality. That's what you want.
Yeah. It was 6
I like
movies. 6 movies I watched over the weekend, actually.
Damn. I only watched the one, Across the Spider-Verse.
I didn't watch anything during the weekend. I was just playing a shit ton of Destiny, playing catch up then.
Yeah, nice.
4 a.m. sleeps. Here I come. But so moving into our casting. So this one's a bit interesting for me. So Temuera Morrison has been tapped on the shoulder to play Captain Rex in the Ahsoka show on Disney Plus. So I don't know how this is going to work out, considering it's still part of the same vein. He's just come off Boba, and how they're going to play this as well. Captain Rex was an established character in the Clone Wars show as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how that's going to play out, because it's like, hey, Temuera, Boba Fett. Hey, Temuera, Captain Rex.
He's Django's son.
Because he's a clone.
He's a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still throws me off every time.
But Captain Rex has a mad beard too.
Does he?
Yeah.
When he leaves the stormtroopers, it's got like it goes like a little John Wick there. Still bald, but like,
does he?
yeah.
He likes to live the wildlife, you say.
A beard? Oh no!
How dare he? Insurrection!
Well, that was the marker of being a beatnik back in the day, because you had a beard. That's why all the most
And long hair.
And long hair. Spielberg, Lucas, what's his face? Coppola. All of them had long hair and beard. It was only Paul Schrader that didn't.
Yeah.
But then he
Paul Schrader was anti everything. It's funny that they're asking Temuera to come back. Still needs to be confirmed, but it's funny that they're asking him to come back, considering how much shit he was talking about Boba Fett and how they handled that. They must have like given him something that he's like.
Well, they did mess up his season.
You know what I mean?
They made his season more about the Mando coming back than his character.
I did.
Disgusting. Let's hit him with the nose huffs.
So, moving on to our How to Train Your Dragon live action. So we have word that Mason Thames from the Black Phone, as well as Nico Parker, who we last saw in The Last of Us, Tanny Newton's kid, have both been casted to play Hiccup and Astrid. So I think this is a really cool pairing. They're both the right age for it as well. I'm going to be honest, I've never watched 3. I've only ever watched 1 and 2.
Can't be it. 3 is excellent. 3 is really, really good.
Take my nephews actually to watch this. Keep that tradition going.
Yeah. I was a little bit off about Nico Parker at first. I was
Yeah.
like a darker Viking, but so then I was actually looked into it, and there were black Vikings, whether by like slavery, farming, whatever, travel.
Yeah.
They were part of the Viking community. So I don't expect any fucking like Little Mermaid bullshit from this. You know what I mean? There should be
It's not
nothing. Silence, you fucks.
it's not Cleopatra time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was wild. But yeah, this should be good. I don't mind it. Nico Park is cool. She killed it in Last of Us.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did a lot in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think,
And made,
yeah, I was going to say Mason Thames speaks for himself when it comes to his performance in Black Phone as well. He fucking killed it.
yeah,
I love that movie.
Mm.
Yeah. I could watch that all the time.
banger.
But as well as that, quick piece of casting is that Tobias Menzies, some of you may know from MI2, some from Outlander, is going to be added to the Brad Pitt-led Formula One movie as well.
The hell is Tobias Menzies?
MI2. It's the
Tobias
Tully in he's the Tully that can't make the arrow shot, and then the stonefish fucking shoots the funeral pie on the boat in Game of Thrones.
Am I thinking of it? This guy looks like the dude that gets his pinky chopped in MI2.
No.
That's Richard Roxburgh.
It's Richard.
Oh my god.
No, that's not Richard Roxburgh. Richard Roxburgh is playing the South African.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, remember he gets his pinky chopped off in
Yeah,
MI2.
that guy that he's thinking about isn't Richard Roxburgh. It's John
No,
something.
no.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
John
got
something.
him mixed up. That's my bad. But yeah, Game of Thrones. He's a Tully.
Yeah, he's a Tully in Game of Thrones. I was gonna say MI2.
Yeah, I just saw the face and I was like, ah. Wires are all mixed up there. But moving on. So we have our Cruel Intentions casting for the TV series based on the film. So we have Sarah Catherine Hook from First Kill, Zach Burgess from Totally Completely Fine, Kobe Clark from Yellow Jackets, Brooke Lena Johnson from You, and Sarah Silver from The Boys have all been casted for the show so far. We have Sean Patrick Thomas, who was in the original, but he's going to portray a new character named Professor Chadwick.
Okay. Am I not mistaken, or did we have a Cruel Intentions show already? Was it a show based on Cruel Intentions? I don't know.
That was I know what you did last summer. From that era. Or did we have a Cruel Intentions show?
I thought we had one already. That's why I was like, this is weird. Like I thought we had this already.
I remember there was sequels and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, some nonsense.
Yeah, like DTV sequels, like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am not looking forward to this.
No. They seem
But
to
Cruel
mess-
Intentions was never my bag.
No. It was never interesting to me. It was just some mean bitch that sort of wanted to make people jump through hoops. Like, what are we doing?
It's also the original "What are you doing, step bro?"
Yeah.
scenario.
Apparently, there was a TV movie in 2016 and Sarah Michelle Gellar came back.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I knew I was right about something. All right. Let's jump into On the Radar then. All right. So Rebecca Ferguson is going to lead Best Served Cold, right? So this is based on a book, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who actually wrote it, but the write-up is War May Be Hell, but for Monza Mukato, the Snake of Talons, the most feared and famous mercenary in Duke Orso's employ. It's a damn good way of making money too. So her victories have made her popular, a shade too popular with the employers' tastes. She's betrayed, thrown down a mountain, left for dead. Mercado's reward is a broken body and burning hunger for vengeance, whatever the cost. 7 men must die.
Dun dun.
You know, I would read the back of this book and not pick up the book.
Same. That synopsis does nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing for me. Like we've seen this movie as well. This is sort of the same movie that came out on Netflix. I think Momoa's in there. They kill that girl and they chuck her down a mountain as well, and then she comes back and comes back for vengeance. One of those Netflix movies,
Is that the one with
It's
Keanu
also kind of
Reeves?
like this.
maybe.
The Bad Batch or
Ah, the
whatever?
Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Also kind of like the intro for Riddick.
yeah.
True.
All right, so Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani are going to lead the Blumhouse Insidious spinoff. So the horror spinoff will feature Nanjiani and Moore as a married couple who enlist the help of a spell to travel back in time such that they can prevent the death of their young daughter. The consequences, of course, prove to be severe. I don't know
Yeah.
about this time
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah. As soon as it said time travel, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind the casting. To me, that's
Yeah.
all right because I like Mandy Moore as an actress. Um, but yeah, the time travel just threw me off completely.
Hmm. I don't like the time travel. If they can just bring, it'll be cool if they just Pet Cemetery. Hey, we brought your daughter back from the dead. Like that. That's
Yeah,
yeah. That
it's
makes more
gold.
sense to me. Yeah. All right. So Lashana Lynch is going to star in the series adaptation of Day of the Jackal. Frederick Forsyth wrote the original thriller. It's going to be on Peacock. So she is going to play this role of Bianca, a tenacious law enforcement agent determined to catch the notorious assassin named the Jackal, who's being played by Eddie Redmayne. So I don't know why they had to gender swap this. Like the original was, I think Gregory Peck and someone else. But yeah,
Hmm.
who knows? It's all that bullshit rules from Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And all the if you want funding for this from the government film commission, you got to meet these standards, and
Mm,
is your ECI and your SPA and your TEI and all that dog shit.
bullshit. You can never make it. You'd never ever get if these rules were now, or at least if they had those rules back in the '90s, we'd never get a Pulp Fiction. We'd never get a Reservoir Dogs. We like what are like 12 Angry Men. We're never gonna get that movie. Like, what are we doing? All the greatest movies in history we would never ever get. So we can get this bullshit movies that we're getting now.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's the end of my rant.
Nice.
What do you call it? It was Edward Fox as the Jackal in that movie, the 73 one?
It was Gregory Peck.
No. So it was Edward Fox and Terrence Alexander.
Yes, yes, yes. I
I've
always
never watched it.
no. I always wish it played out like what's his face that movie, the Mechanic, but the original Mechanic with what's his face, with Charles Bronson. Because that movie is fire.
Is it
Like even compared
on
to
my
the new
list?
one, like it's fire.
Really?
Yeah, it's much better, much better.
I like it. All right, moving into the news and developments of the week. So, Justine Triet's Anatomy of a Fall has won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, um, making her just one of 3 women to win the prestigious prize,
Hmm.
joining Jane Campion and Julia Ducournau in another heart-wrenching, I don't know, movie that I'll never get around to watching, to be honest. It's not on my radar at all.
Yeah, man, this is the movie that like wins all the awards and nobody fucking watches.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And they push like crazy.
Yeah, it's just designed to make you feel sad. That's the
Yeah.
only emotion they can get out of you.
It's weird
Let's
that
make them sad.
it's weird that Neon snatches up all these movies as
Oh,
well.
Yeah, 3 years in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
And funny enough, last year's The Triangle of Sadness.
If we go back to when was it, 96, 97, we know what movie won the Palme d'Or.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's
yeah.
probably the best
That's when
one
they were
we've
taking
seen.
risks.
Yeah. It's the best movie we've
Yeah.
seen win the Palme d'Or.
Scorsese is planning another religious feature after Last Temptation of Christ and Silence. So he's responded to the Pope's appeal to artists in the only way he knows how, by imagining and writing a screenplay for a film about Jesus. And I'm about to start making it. So
Spider-Man.
yeah, he met with the Vatican, had a private audience, him and his wife with the Pope,
Mm.
and from there just decided, hey, like we're gonna do something about it. So don't know,
It's funny because
could be cool.
mm, he was damn near crucified by the church for Last Temptation of Christ. Like
Is that Defoe?
yeah, that's the first. Supposed to be De Niro. De Niro
Oh
was doing
wow.
De Niro was doing something. Yeah, it was supposed to be De Niro.
Okay.
Mm.
I haven't watched that. There's a
Me
lot of like
neither.
I haven't watched Silence. I haven't. There's a lot in Scorsese's. Like I didn't know that he did After Hours, but you know,
After Hours looks
Eddie,
fire though. Like it looks like a
it
really
does
good,
look good.
cool movie. Um,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he sort of just makes up his own sort of thing because we like there is what is it between 12 years old and 33. There is
Hmm.
nothing written about Jesus in that Bible. So he
Yeah.
must have been doing shit. Like he wouldn't have just come back like you know like what was Jesus like in his 20s? He was wild.
I'm
Wild. How
staying
did
alive.
yeah? And
When
how did he know about how did he know he could change that water to wine? He's been doing this for years. They had waterfall
Wait, you
parties back in
think
the
he's
day,
gonna?
my friend.
I just went
You reckon
straight
they
to
play it out like a superhero movie?
I just went straight to Family Day. Dad, can I come live with you? Not right now, son. Not my real dad, Joseph.
All right. So, with the second extraction on the way, Sam Hargrave was on a podcast and he was talking about if the second one does well, which we know it will,
Oh
it's
yeah,
got a built in fan base after everyone watched it during the pandemic. If the second one does well, that third one is like greenlit straight away.
so
He said like it's enticing for Hemsworth, it's enticing for him. Obviously, it's his bread and butter, and it's the only thing that he's kind of doing now. Hargrave,
yeah,
Sam Hargrave.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm seeing it. If the second one does well, that's the launching pad. If the third one does really really well, Stahelski started getting really big gigs after that
yeah.
third John Wick. Then it
yeah.
was like Ghost of Tsushima, go like all these
How
other things. So
I'm thinking about it. Like, how is it that we didn't get Sam Hargrave to direct Ballerina instead of Len
hmm.
Wiseman?
Yeah.
That just fits better.
Yeah, it does. It really really does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the scheduling because Extraction 2 would have been in production or post production by
Mm.
then. And Ballerinas, like, they've already started shooting and yeah. But that
Like,
would have been fucking sick.
like,
Uh, Patty Lapone has confirmed that Agatha Coven of Chaos will be 9 episodes. It'll be a bit longer than what we've gotten usually in the MCU shows, which are usually around 6 hours. This will be 9. I'm not
there are
too,
6.
yeah.
Oh,
Or if they're a bit longer, they're shorter, but it still adds up to 6 hours of runtime. Roundabouts.
yeah. We'll keep that
Not really
body going.
excited. I'm not really excited for Agatha Coven of Chaos. I think the MCU fare that's dropped on TV hasn't been the strongest.
That's terrible.
It's butter spread over too much bread.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I just
Yeah.
started watching Lord of the Rings today.
Did you?
Yeah.
You watching the
Put on that
Blu-rays?
first bit. Yeah, the 4Ks, yeah.
Yeah, my man.
Had to. bases off the charts. Tell you
It
that
is.
much. All right, quickly. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu has wrapped filming.
Mm.
Andy Muschietti was speaking about Ezra Miller and Flash 2 and the Flash ending not fully being revealed in those preview screenings that, like, the guys at CinemaCon got. And there's been some preview screenings here in Australia on May 30th as well. That kind of happened. That was like a competition. Yeah. And apparently the sequel script is done, right? So he confirmed that yes, if a sequel happens, Ezra Miller will be returning to the role, even with all the allegations and accusations that have kind of been flying around with him, which is crazy.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if they just disappeared Jonathan Majors or what. They just black bagged him. Because he confirmed, well, not confirmed, but he just said, look, no one else can play this role. Ezra Miller's got that on lock. The physicality, the sort of the performance is just, it's him. So it's not like you can just put someone else in that role. I
Yeah,
don't
I
agree
think
with
you
that.
can.
There's plenty of actors out there that can do that role. But yeah. So speaking on the preview screenings, if you went to CinemaCon, if you checked out one of those screenings that happened on May 30th here in Australia, that wasn't the full cut. Apparently, there is a big chunk of footage that is missing from the end battle and the post credits that link in with something a lot bigger. I haven't read the spoilers. Dave has. That smug grin in his face says it all. I don't know. What is it, like mad spoilers or nah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm sensing Christian Bale.
No, not at all.
No. Okay, cool. Well, that's a confirmation that Christian Bale is not in it. But you know what? Still excited. Still excited. Flash is dropping in 2 weeks, so
Mm.
I mean we're going to be there at the premiere. I'm excited for that. That's going to be a big old piece there. Robert Englund has confirmed he's done with Freddy. Doesn't
Mm.
want to do it anymore. Said he's too old. He's also said, because coming off the doco Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, a Robert Englund story, he said he doesn't want to play the role. He can't fight like he used to. He said he
Yeah.
can do one take and he's out.
Mm.
I'm done with that sort of shit. But he has said that if they ever decide to bring anyone else in, maybe Kevin Bacon could have a go at the role.
Well, that's
Ever
the
since Hollow Man,
mm. That's the
I
fan
kind of like
favorite.
is Kevin Bacon.
Mm.
He could do it. Just off Sleepers alone, I'm like, not even Hollow Man. Hollow Man, he was great with the effects on him, but in Sleepers, he was a dirty fucker, and he's almost Freddy Krueger without killing him.
Yeah, yeah, he's got that that makeup that he's got on there. Like, yeah. I don't mind. England is always going to be Freddy to me. It's the
Yeah,
only Freddy we have.
it really is. I don't think that like Hollywood really knew what they had with England.
Not at all.
Like they put out the sequels and stuff like that, but they didn't put the quality into a lot of them either.
Nah. You could
There's
tell
some
by
that
the
they just
second
kind of
one.
went, just fucking put them out.
Yeah, you could tell by the second one, right? And then the quality of the second one is just so much. Even the mask and the prosthetic that he's wearing is completely different and doesn't look
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same. It's not to the same quality. That was because Wes was a one and done for him. Like he had envisioned it, even though like he didn't want to put that end bit in there. That's what what's his face put in, Bob Shay. Um, even though he didn't want to do that, like he envisioned it as a one and done. Like that was it. Like this is his last house
Yeah,
on the left, and then like you're never gonna get any more like this after.
yeah. I wonder what horror would have been like if they had not continued with Freddy like that. If it had just stayed a one and done.
We continue to get Friday the 13th movies, right?
So more like the gory sort of
Yeah,
slasher.
yeah,
Okay.
Of prices.
yeah. Slasher. Yeah, we'd get more of those. We'd get more. We were heading into the Candyman era and all that sort of stuff with the '90s sort of booming and all of
You
that.
think Candyman would have hit as well, not hit, but do you think they would have greenlit Candyman? Because Candyman, I think, gives me more Freddy vibes than it does Jason. Like he's less a slasher and more a sort of what's his face, a psychological
Yeah,
thing, like Freddy
like
was.
Freddy is. Yeah, but it's the hook.
Mm,
It's the hook for Freddy. Like they knew.
mm.
Like Bob knew, and I'm glad he continued it. But Bob knew that you can't just make one of these films. Like there is so much lore that they built in after the fact
Yeah,
for Freddy. Like it's
yeah,
not until three that you learn, hey, shit, he's the son of like this nun that was being raped by like 1,000 killers or whatnot. Like it's not
yeah.
until then, and then after that, he what's his face? You find out about the his childhood and all that sort of stuff and what actually
Mm,
happened, and like that none of that is covered in the first one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's true. All right. Thomas Cale, who is a Tony Award winning, he's more of a stage play director,
hmm.
right? Is going to direct the live action Moana, which also have like musical components and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I'm pretty sure in the Heights guy, Lin Manuel.
yeah.
Lin Manuel will also, like, because he's got songs in the original Moana, will also
Does?
do new songs for this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
right.
welcome. You're welcome. Like, The Rock raps in there.
He's also singing.
Yeah, but like that, I can go on and on. I can. You know, that's Lin
I don't be
Manuel.
watching Moana like that. That was like
You know how many times I've watched the You're Welcome clip?
give me a what's his face. I'd belt it out like a Little Mermaid song or a Beauty and the Beast. My friend, we get it
Beauty
done.
and the Beast had heaters on it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
John Carpenter says there's potential for a Thing 2.
Mm.
So he's always been pretty coy about who's infected at the end of the Thing. Is it Keith David or is it Kurt Russell?
It's Kurt Russell.
He's always I always think it's Keith David's character. That's because I liked Kurt Russell's character more.
Yeah.
But it is confirmed in the game, in the
Mm.
Thing game, that it's Kurt Russell. But Carpenter said I can't answer that. That's because, and I don't know if I should say this, but there could be the Thing 2
Mm.
happening. So take from that what you will. I don't think they kind of will be. Mans is a bit old. I don't think they want to be greenlighting anything.
Yeah, no, they're not doing that. Especially if Blumhouse is doing that. The book, the adaptation of the actual book.
Yeah,
They're not going to want like two competing IPs out there for the same exact thing. Like they
yeah.
don't want to do that. Even though what they
Unless
should do
Blum,
is create that game. The game story was fire.
yeah, yeah, it was because that links into why they were there in Antarctica in the first place, which is
That's
pretty
right.
cool. Um, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which is dropping in like I think just over a month,
Yeah.
will be his first R-rated feature since Insomnia, like 21 years ago. The movie's rated R for brief sexuality, language, and I think drug use as well. I don't think it's going to be a hard R. I think it's just going to like it just made the R. But I don't know how that impacts how many screens this guy's going to have, the exclusivity that it's going to have in theaters for. I think he gets 100 days of play,
Hmm.
but
I don't think.
also the
Go on.
returns, but
Yeah.
also the box office returns. Yeah.
So I saw someone post up a picture of the seating plan for IMAX in the US, and there was like
Mm.
one guy sitting all the way in the front, and they were like, "Why would he book like right there?" Because there was so many spaces behind that he could have booked. And these guys started posting like gifs of like Sarah Connor like, just getting blown up. And they were like, "This is what's gonna happen when the nuke goes off." It was just wild. But speaking on that, the so Cruise is currently having a massive fight with IMAX
I was just
because
gonna say.
they have Mission coming out, obviously. They have Barbie coming out, and they have Oppenheimer. I think that he should win it. Cruise should win it because there's going to be more people that are going to bring their kids to Mission than Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yeah. But weirdly, and I was like, this is like some bullshit here, but apparently the most anticipated movie of the year is Barbie.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer sits like fourth or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't even know where Mission's at.
Two. Have to be two.
Should be one.
Mission
Really.
should be one. It's the movie of the year, my friend.
It is.
Movie
Call
of
it a
the year.
day.
I think Dune. I think Dune was number 2.
I would watch that at IMAX.
Same.
It's the only way you get to see that version of Dune.
That's right.
He's not releasing that home video. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is officially back for Fast X. So I mean, we called it. I'm pretty sure the writing was on the wall. Apparently, last summer, him and Vin just squashed all that shit, and now they're back as best friends. I don't believe it because Vin is always like ready to take on and kill someone because of Fast X reviews or fast reviews, which is just dumb. But with the Rock's movie, it's not like he's coming back and he's reintegrating into the Fast X family, right? He's coming back and he's going to have his own little piece or something. Like he's going to have his own little movie. It's not going to be a Hobbs and Shaw spin-off. It's going to be Fast, but not the Fast family. And then he's going to rejoin in 11. So, I mean, it just seems like a lot of opportunity given to The Rock.
He kind of has to come back. He's supposedly having problems getting movies greenlit now after Black Adam,
Yeah.
where he himself acted like a little bit like Diesel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with Zachary Levi, that's the karma right there, baby.
That's it. That's it.
It's weird also that the reviews were sweet on Momoa, but Vin Diesel was kind of shitting on him. It's like that's jealousy. That's hate.
Yeah, that is hate.
Like you were overacting. That was what the character called for, motherfucker. Not that I've seen it, but do you guys agree with that? Or
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
Jason Momoa kills that shit.
That's what I've been hearing.
He is the best thing in there. You almost hope that they turn him and he becomes a good guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Weirdly. Like yesterday I was like, they're gonna turn this motherfucker. And he's gonna become part of the Fast family.
Yeah,
And they're gonna fight someone even bigger in 12.
Yeah. I'm gonna. What do you call it? Alan Richson in there will turn on Momoa, and then Momoa will become part of the Fast family because he doesn't have a family.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
And
that'll
that's
be
how
the
it's gonna
last
work.
line, eh?
I took your family.
It's the what's his face? It's the fucking best of the best.
Yeah.
You know, when Dehan hovels over
That's wild.
As soon as you said best of the best, I went straight to Bobbit! Bobbit
The what's his face? A son for a son, you know what I mean?
Mm.
The Avatar too.
Yeah.
I was always cries when I hear that. When I hear
What?
him talking about that, and I see them like hugging what's his face?
Spider?
Yeah. because they like just lost their son as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I wouldn't be acting like that. I'd have blown that whole fucking boat.
Yeah,
Tell you that
Harvey
much.
goes off.
Spider might have been God.
It's true, actually. I might have to.
But Spider got to get. There's a bonus episode of Yellow Jackets coming out for any of you Yellow Jackets warriors out there.
Mm,
It's going to air in between what we currently got in season 2 and season 3 to follow,
right.
which will excite those that were excited by season 2 of Yellow Jackets.
Mm.
Mandalorian season 4 has been delayed until November because of the strikes. So has the Batman Part 2, which will move from November this year, the shooting start date, to March next year. And sadly, also The Last of Us Season 2, which might start filming in early 2024. Although Bella Ramsey says otherwise, she's still sticking to her guns and saying at the end of this year. Watching The Boogeyman, yeah, I don't think it's happening this year either. Like, it's for sure next year. But watching The Boogeyman again, that Sophie Thatcher chick looks like Ellie.
She does.
And Chris Messina kind of looks like Joel as well, even though I wouldn't change Pedro for the world.
She does look like older Ellie.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So Disney is still riding that content removal wave. So they're looking to remove upwards of $1.5 billion worth of content off of their streaming services,
Mm.
which is crazy. They had a little back and forth about some LGBTQ show or movie, I think, that they were told not to remove. And then they said, our list's not finalized. So, I mean, they're playing a political game at the same time.
Who the fuck
And
cares if they didn't fucking watch the show on if they didn't watch it when it was out? Why the fuck do they care if it's going to be removed? For fuck's sake,
yeah,
man. Jesus.
yeah. It should be a blanket. It should be a blanket thing because everything's getting removed, right? Like they
Yeah.
had fucking Willow out for 6 months.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ, like that was a queer show,
Yeah.
right? Queer led, like that was gone. No one turned up for it.
Yeah.
People aren't turning up for that content. And then there's a bunch of other shit that's going as well.
I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Can they claim a loss then and then claim it on tax? We just lost like $1.5 billion worth of like we need this. We need this money, Mr. Government. We need it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's about the tax cuts, because there's also something not from the government, but from it's almost like the FCC,
Mm-hmm.
but for streaming, and they're basically like they regulate how much content do you have out there, because then you should be because you're cannibalizing the streaming market, you should be paying more taxes or whatnot. So if they're taking out shows, they're saying, well, actually, we didn't have this out there. And some of it was only out there for 6 months and we took it off. So can I have some more?
Please, sir.
Yeah.
So
They're playing the game. There's
yeah.
loopholes.
So we're going to sell that content to other streaming service providers. Smart.
But that's the next fiscal year move.
That's right. I see.
That's
Mr.
how you.
Iger.
Yeah, that's how you see. You start the fucking cogs just going strong in 2024. And then finally, so Jeremy Renner has confirmed he will be there for the MCU. Fuck the injuries. I'm recuperating. I'm at home. I'm now walking without a cane.
Oh, man.
And if Marvel asks me to be back, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Which is that's crazy considering what that guy's been through. And he's been getting a lot of play from Disney as well. So they're actually supporting him, which is great.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was pre-accident. But they're giving they're actually putting that show out, even though he can't do promo and shit.
Yeah.
And he should be like he's one of the OG Marvelos.
Well, all those guys should stick around, but I don't think they will. They've
I don't
already
think so
got
either.
female counterparts for everyone. So Steinfeld, Haley Steinfeld, or whatever it is, was saying that she can't
Mm.
wait for the new young Avengers and whatnot. I think everyone in the world is like, we don't want that. Uh, nobody's
I don't
looking
even know
forward.
what that is.
Yeah, nobody's looking forward. That's all the young people. So to be her, to be all of the young cast.
It's like Teen
Young
Titans.
Hulk and all that.
Yeah,
Jennifer Walters, she
I don't know.
she a
She might
young
lead
Avenger.
them or something.
All right.
Fuck, who cares about that shit anyway? Nobody's gonna go watch it. That's the thing. They keep greenlighting this bullshit that nobody's gonna go watch.
Mm. I feel disconnected from the MCU,
Same.
and it's not hate. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the more recent sort of stuff, but it's not hate at all. I think it's more. It doesn't feel like it used to feel, and I don't know if it feels that way to the new crew that's coming through, like the new audience that are experiencing this now.
The new
Know what I
crew
mean?
is jumping into a thing that's set up. You know what I mean? Like they're
Hmm.
jumping in feet first because it's something that's set up. The other crew, Downey didn't know that he was gonna make all those fucking movies. Chris Evans didn't know that what's his face was gonna Captain America was gonna be Captain America. Like the the way that it hit, like you didn't expect these movies to make over $1 billion, but they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was sort of up in the air. They didn't know what they had. Now they know what they have. Now everyone wants to sign on to a fucking Marvel film.
Yeah. But from an audience perspective, like the new audience that's coming in,
Mm.
I can't even imagine. Like none of it feels appealing to me. And
No,
I've been disconnected from the MCU for a while now. So when I
since
see
Endgame.
something new, like back in the day, I would jump on anything new. Like any new detail. Oh, did you see Cap's new suit? Oh, he's got the scales on there.
Yeah,
But now I'm like, I don't care if Chris Evans comes back. Comes
Yeah.
back to what?
exactly. Comes back to a ruined universe. They just let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would only say if I was Evans, I would only say I'll be back, but it's that story where I'm returning the stone, so no one else needs to be in there.
Yeah,
It's just me.
just me.
That's it.
People. I think it's just the time, to be honest. They had too much of a good thing, and now they got to have their down moment. But it was a big indicator when their TV shows were doing better than their movies, at least quality wise for me. Like I enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki, those earlier TV shows, more than some of the Marvel fare that was coming out during that period as well.
Yeah, but
You
even
know,
those
you know,
shows.
out of all those shows, like yeah, I loved watching like that first introduction to the MCU shows was like the first time I was kind of catching the movies and whatnot. But now the only bright spot in those shows is Loki for me. Not even Falcon and the Winter Soldier is kind of up there.
Mm.
I think about week to week how we were kind of like, okay, this is cool, but then I've never gone back to it.
No.
And like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then I never went back to it. It's just, whereas Loki, I'm really excited about that next season,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's got the quality to actually have some staying power and to make an impact in the universe. But I don't believe that anything else really matters except for putting bombs in seats for the next Captain America or the next Young Avengers or like.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That is a wrap on all the news this week. We'll be back on Thursday with some thoughts, some more anime. The anime corner, Triz is lighting it up there with the Mashals, the Demon Slayers, the Players Ball. We're gonna go see Good, a play. That should be interesting. We've never seen one of those at the theater.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a movie of a play. Like I watched Hamilton at home, but never in a theater. So this will be
We-
interesting. Big intermissions on it as well. And yeah, we'll be back with our other thoughts on maybe the clearing and some other stuff.
Mm.
But give us a follow on all our social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Give us a like and a subscribe. Helps us get into spaces that help us get to places and bring those reviews back to you. And yeah, love yourself.